So essentially, you know what they're doing right now, these people, the government and stuff like that, is what they're doing is they're basically, when you walk inside a building, when you leave a building, they will turn your phones off and on. How do I know this? Because I caught it twice. 3 times actually. So be very wary about this. The stalking, the gang stalking will be very high at this time. Okay, guys? Because we're getting closer to where we're supposed to be. Just be wary about that. So essentially, things that you went through in the past are coming back to the front because they essentially can't find anything else to get you for that. So they're going to go back with the same exact shit that they pulled on you at the beginning. They're going to get people you know to stalk you, to follow you, to do shit that it's just, they're not going to like harm you, but they're going to be like monitoring your moves, blah, blah, blah. And if you're essentially in a place where there's cameras, they're definitely watching those as well, guys. Definitely. But anyways, if you find that your phones are turning on and off when you walk into a building or you leave a building, they're hacking into your phone doing that. Very much so. So, you know, and a lot of us are put in positions where there are cameras around us, right? Well, the government is clearly hacking that. And they'll set shit places and they'll put devices that are going to hack into your shit with random shit just places, okay? So if you're hanging out places and then you see a random pile of junk sitting somewhere around where you hang out, that's not a coincidence. If you see people always in the garbages, always hanging around garbages, groups of people that want to be really loud so you hear them, that's not a coincidence. All right? It can be as simple as a garbage that looks like this, okay? As simple as that. It had a bunch of garbage in it. That's how they set shit places so they can hear you and monitor you. It's a very, very common thing. They get people all around to pretend that they're working in the garbage. They pretend that they're doing nature shit, blah, blah, blah. And they have a way of listening to you even with your phone off. Okay? So, regardless, they could still hack into it when your phone's off. But at least when you let them know, at least they'll know that you know. Okay? You're calling your power back when you at least take control to keep your phone off. You're telling the universe and you're telling these people that I know what you're doing. Whatever, I'm watched everywhere I go anyway. It's not a big deal, right? So essentially, they're going to want to make you seem like you're going crazy again. That's the thing. Watch the food that you eat, any pastas, any spaghetti. However, I eat what the fuck I want, you know what I mean? So, like, essentially, that's just something they do. There's a group of witchy sisters that really love doing this on a bunch of chosen ones, okay? And they're really, I hate to be mean, but they're really like just jealous of anybody that looks better than them too. So, you know, they just want things that they can't have, blah, blah, blah. Essentially, they need to get themselves in shape, if you know what I mean. That's the nicest way I can put it. What else? Yeah, like phones going off and on in buildings, that's not normal. And you know what, my phone was actually off. And it literally restarted on its own, okay? And that's a way for them to make you think that you're going crazy or for you to go crazy. So a way to eliminate that negative energy is, well, I do videos, okay? Because that's a way for me, I'll call it out and I'll let them know that I know what's going on. And I'll be very blunt about it. Then I sit down, take my cool, and then I do my videos. Very, very much so. Very much so. Yeah. So any you're gonna be getting some ascension symptoms coming up. Dry skin, stomach problems. Maybe you need to pee more. Maybe you're getting headaches. All right, these are just some of the common ones here. Don't worry about it. This weekend, please, please, please get the rest you need. I don't care what you have planned. Get the rest that you need, okay? And start getting used to people watching you there, chosen ones, because some of us are actually going to be going global for the things that we do. So get used to it. All right, you got a lot of people that just want to watch you because of the shit that you've been through. You're already famous in a way, trust me, you really are. And God's going to make sure that the ones that deserve to be known are going to be known. And just don't hate it. Embrace it. But if you know that they're doing some sneaky shit, like hacking your phone, you don't have to let them walk all over you. You're allowed to be a little stern about that. Okay? Like, when if someone that's going to be actually famous, I know there's some of us or some of you are or whatever, whoever is known, who's going to be famous, I know that there are chosen ones that are going to be known for their gifts, because evil's going down and the good's going up. There's got to be some chosen ones that are going to the top like that. People are just jealous, man. They're jealous. Embrace it. A lot of times I like to wave and smile. I don't get mad anymore. Or I'll just be like, hey, are you, instead of like freaking out, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Get their attention, because sometimes they're not really looking at you, but it looks like they are. Something said not to eat the food tonight, whatever, I still did. So essentially they could have been throwing a spell on that food. Or essentially they're going to make it seem like they did by doing that kind of stuff, right? It's okay. This is not, like, you're allowed to call people out on their bullshit. You're allowed to stand your ground. It's not going to devalue who you are. And that's essentially what they would want you to do, is shut up because you're trying to be good, because you know things are coming, but you don't have to let people walk all over you. But I do suggest that you get your own cameras and security systems if you're moving and shit. Make sure you secure that shit up. Okay? Now this is the time when you gotta start acting like everybody knows you, okay? So your next moves, you make sure that you put some kind of security systems in your fucking house so you can see if there's anybody going in there. That's it. That's it. Put your own locks on the door. Don't depend on other people to do it. Do your own work. Alright? Walking up a hill right now. Alright? Yeah. And sometimes, we're all human. We get a little bit of things wrong, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden you look over and this person's still staring at you. A couple of people that you thought were just following you. What they did is they called on other people to look like they're doing something. But, for example, of me, like I'm always right, guys. So, whatever the reason for them stalking and gang stalking, I call that gang stalking, guys. When they get in groups like that and they're just watching you and that's gang stalking. Even if it's for good intentions or not. I don't know how that could be good intentions, but yeah. So, I don't know. I just want to share some ways that you can do a positive with that kind of scene here. They're probably into my phone now because they had turned it on when it was off. They put some kind of system so it downloads, so my shit gets downloaded to their shit, or they're literally screen monitoring my phone at this time. It's okay, because chances are these people are just watching to make sure that I'm gonna be okay, or literally like they're just curious, and the government just, I don't know, the government really will try to stop the chosen ones, guys. So this is what we signed up for when we came back on earth here. All right. Okay. Well, there's really nothing else to talk about right now. I had to come alchemize my irritated state a little bit, so I chose to do a video, and it helped. So yeah, Or, you know, and then you get threats when you're like, you're trying to say what happened. Oh, well, this is going to happen. You're going to be kicked out, blah, blah, blah. Then you're like, well, actually, what I said was somebody went into a room, and as I'm leaving a building, my phone gets turned on. Nowhere did I say a specific person did anything, you know? So sometimes you got to watch what you say, how you say it. But I was like, so if you want to go get me kicked out, go right ahead, you know, because I didn't say you did anything, but you're assuming that I did. So what does that look like? He should have been like, are you insinuating that I did that? Because that's what it sounds like. That would have been the better way to go about it, guys. When you're laughing and you're like, say that again. Oh, let me look at the cameras. Acting like I said he took my phone or something, trying to switch it around. Didn't say that at all. See, make sure you listen before you start trying to threaten to get people kicked out, because in reality, I really don't give two craps if you want to pull that crap on me, because you know that I'm right. And I'm very good at covering my ass with the things that I say. Nowhere did I say, you, by the name of this, you did this. You're going to look on the cameras, but the cameras are only going to see that you literally went into the washroom after this woman while I went in one. And I come out, and all of a sudden my phone is now turning on. Why are you checking the bathroom in number 2? There was no reason for that. That girl wasn't doing anything shiesty in that bathroom. I mean, never said you did it though. Take it as it resonates, but just because it looks like I said that doesn't mean I did. Anyway, you know, that's what happened. So essentially, you know, why, you know, who cares if that's what it sounds like? I didn't say you did. So you're going to see on the camera that I said exactly what the camera's going to show you. So how am I going to get kicked out here? Funny, right? But anyway, I mean, like, it is what it is. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to say exactly what went down, what happened, and the exact way that it did. And I won't point fingers to anyone, because there's more than one person doing this. So getting one person a call for something is not going to solve the issue. But essentially, the best thing to do is to call it out. But make sure you're not saying this particular person is doing it, unless you know, okay? That's just the thing, because, you know, that potentially could have went south on me if I would have done that. But, you know, I quickly got my ass covered by pointing out, well, I didn't say you did. I said that a man went into the bathroom, and as I'm coming out, and he's coming out of the number 1 bathroom, because, you know, it takes time for these things to get into your system, right? And they have to be a certain distance. It's a very, very easy thing. Or they'll stop you at doors, and they'll make conversations when you're going into a door. Yeah. Anyways, I am going to stop with this particular video. Yeah. And oh wait, and you'll notice that they'll actually go and play the part really well after, you know, because they have to make it look like they're not doing it. So, you know, because they'll know, especially if you're intuitive, you know things, you're gonna point it out. They're gonna, you know, and what they'll do is they'll go and play the part after. Oh, we're only here to do this, and they'll play the part, and they'll get the people that actually play. Like if it's a sport, they're gonna play after. Like these people will be playing a sport. Don't let that fool you. If it's somebody at a business or whatever, these people will be working there. Don't let that fool you. And essentially, some of these people don't even realize they're doing what they're doing because they're monitoring spirits. Seriously. So, essentially, the best thing when you're at a business and you think things are going on, don't fucking use your phone in the place. and switch up where you go sit and hang out, because I could easily put things in trees, I could put things in the ground. I'm telling you, like, this is the government, they can do it, okay? The government is all, like, you know, and as well as these gang stalkers, witches, culty people, they're more obvious though. They're really not as smart as the government. Like, all of a sudden you got these group of witchy sisters they'll be really loud so that you hear them talking about shit, that just to make it look like they weren't there spying on you, but like right loud, and you're like, what? Why are you overly laughing so I hear you when I'm like over 100? Like, you want me, like, I'm so far away, but all of a sudden you're quiet, and then it's like right loud, like it goes from 0 to 100, like that. Like, it should be up and down, not 0 to 100. You know what I mean? Things to look out for. Or if someone just keeps looking back at you, another thing to look out for. And now, I'm not saying all these people are doing like shisty shit to anybody when they do this. I'm saying that they're definitely watching a person. It does not mean they're doing anything bad to them. It just means that they are watching. Gang stalking. I call that gang stalking. I'm sorry. When you get groups of people that are doing the same thing and trying to watch somebody, that's gang stalking. It's not so much of the extreme type, but yeah, it is. So essentially, if you are meant to be, you know, up there in the world, you essentially could be already being watched because you are going to be scouted in something, you know, you never know. So you got to be very wary. Before I used to go all off on my attitude about it. Now I'll just call it out. I'll be very firm and stern. Like, I know what you guys are doing. I'll say it out loud to let everybody know around there that that's what's going on. Yeah, I will. I'll always do that. I don't care. I will be that type of person. I will put you in your spot. And whatever. If I find out that I'm wrong, which I never do, I never find out I'm wrong. I would always, no matter, I'm talking in general, if I find out that I was wrong about something, I apologize. I do. But essentially, like, there's a reason why I'm calling you out, because you are doing something shady, just not what I thought. And then I find out later that person was shady. They were doing something. They were doing exactly what I said, but it wasn't like towards me. So essentially, there's a reason that I'm calling something out, and it just takes over me. That's what it is, guys. So I don't know. That's just what it is. So this was a message that I wanted to get out about a little bit of like what you could do in that situation. I could tell you what to do if you don't understand how to do that, or if you don't feel like you can calm down in these situations. That's because you're not quite there spiritually in that level of that way of calming down. But essentially, that's what you got to get to. Okay? You got to be able to derail your negative energy down, like neutralize it, but being stern and not taking shit at the same time. Yeah, so I'm telling you a little bit of the things that I do. How do I do it? Those things that I tell you, but how do I internally do it? I can't even explain that, because it's just in me naturally, okay? I went from I would freak out really bad and it would bother me, to, you know, by awakening and going through my ascension, you know, I level out a lot of things about myself. So essentially, you know, a lot of us are going to be going through some of the things that we already did. It's another test. We want to see if we're ready. God wants to see if we're ready for our blessings, okay? So just make sure that you're improving in the way that you handle things. You don't have to surrender to anybody, any flesh out here. The only person or spirit is you surrender to him. That's it. Some of you are really, really being encouraged to stand your ground. You're not going to lose in this situation as long as it makes sense. You're heard, you're protected. Some of us, you know, some of you guys are really protected. Just saying. Well, like I always kind of say, it is what it is, guys. You must handle what's being brought to you. That is the That is how a leader is. That's how royalty is, guys. Humble, you're not going off on people, but you are allowed to stand your ground. Don't mix that up. If you know that you're improving and it shows that you've been improving in these situations where you would have went outrank on people's ass, you're on the right track. Now they're going to, and they will get people or spirits to just come and walk wherever you are, okay? Yeah, it's really heavy at this time, guys. This is like May 15th, and I'm in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Yeah, it's really heavy. They really want access to my phone right now. And maybe they do, but maybe I interrupted something when I turned off the phone. Maybe they didn't get everything that they needed. Maybe I know how things work a little bit, but I'm not meant to I'm trying not to swear as much, but I'm not meant to know all that, because it just doesn't matter, right? I just know when it's happening. So I just keep on the move. Just keep on the move, guys. Ooh. Keep on blocking your heart chakra. Only see love and light. Find a love and light in everything, even your negative situations, okay? It's the only way you're going to get through it. The only way you're going to learn to love more. And that's confirmation with Archangel Michael. Confirmation. He's working. Hear that? That was definitely confirmation about everything I just said, guys. So Archangel Michael is here for the protection, so don't worry. He's always with me. We work. He works with me side by side. I'm like a female version of an Archangel Michael here, guys. In a way. When people are in my presence, they're protected. So that's how it works, Yeah. Alright, well, I'm done with this video here. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that. About, how, what my experience was just now. To share it with you guys. God bless all of you guys. Sending light and love. Everybody who deserves the karma that they deserve, I'm sending that to you tenfold. Whatever you put out is what you're gonna get. That's what you're getting, okay? As my blessing, okay? And since God uses me as his vessel, guys, says I am actually the golden child, guys. It's me. Others can say it, but no, it's actually me. I'm the golden child here. I can do that. I can call judgment like that. Whatever I say will go. God uses me as his vessel. So, seriously, enjoy the rest of your day. Even if it's raining, enjoy that rain. We need rain. Rain is important too, guys. Be grateful that you can experience the rain. Be grateful that you even have a roof over your head. Be grateful that you have food to eat. Be grateful that these people are even doing this to you, hacking you or whatever. That's how popular you are. Be happy about that. Gaining all these admirers and then having enemies like that. You're doing something right. Bye, guys.